Hi everyone, it is Meredith right here with Soul Navigation. I am your evolutionary astrologer. I hope so much this is not the very first time we are meeting, but if we are, welcome. Today is so exciting because it's beach day in sunny Seattle. I can't believe it. We've had 10 straight days of glorious sunshine, so this is really exciting. So I got my beach clothes on and we are ready to go out into the sun right after I do this video with you. It's also exciting because this is my Taurus money video, and oh my gosh, Taurus is the lucky ducks of money. That is for sure. And I'm going to give you the 3 top secrets. There's actually a lot more packed into those secrets. The true, the raw, the gritty, and the real. And of course, always in this series, a little bit of the funny when it comes to Taurus and their money. So we don't just do sun sign astrology, but this video is for anybody who has a sun, moon, or rising in Taurus, a Venus in Taurus, a Mars in Taurus, or if you even have Jupiter in Taurus. Lucky, lucky Taurus. Taurus and money go well together, and I can't wait to tell you all about the juicy fruit of Taurus. I also want to tell you that if you have Taurus in the second house, or if you have Taurus up there on the top of your chart in the 10th house at the Midheaven, or in the 10th house, this video is also for you. I also want to give you a bonus placement if you are so blessed and so darn lucky to have your Venus in the second house. Oh my gosh, jackpot for you. This video is also especially for you. So remember those combinations. And if you have any of them, watch this video. Now, I also want to say in this money series, go watch the video that I did about money for your sun sign, your moon sign, your Venus sign especially. That is especially how this series is tailored. It's tailored around your Venus sign. So if you have a Venus in Sagittarius, you need to go watch the money Sagittarius video that I just did in this series. And I'm going around the zodiac, and I'm going to end with my very special and beloved Leos. I'm almost there. We're on Taurus and we're going to keep on moving. So Taurus is the lucky duck money placement. And I have to confess, I'm a little bit jealous. I am. I'm a tiny bit jealous. I mean, it's not like I don't want you to have your money, but I would love to have the ease and the simplicity of having my Venus in Taurus and the love that goes around that. That is such a gorgeous placement. When you have Venus in Taurus, it's exalted. Hands down, flat out, the money magnet. They know how to make it. They know how to keep it. They know how to manage it. They know how to grow it. They are amazing with money. Taurus has the green thumb for green money. They have a green thumb. It grows on trees for Taurus. There are a few secrets and there are a few caveats. And if you are a Taurus who does not have a green thumb when it comes to money, if you are a Taurus that is really frugal or poor, you probably have some money blocks. Some of your identity is locked into a lack mentality, and we're going to talk about that. But I will tell you that is very rare for a Taurus. So if you are one of those Tauruses, we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. Please watch this video all the way through because it is chock full of deep insight, and I think you're going to love it because I saved my very best secret, of course, for last because it's the juiciest. Also, if you're involved with a Taurus, this video will really help you understand why they are the way they are around their money, and it will be helpful to you. So first, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. It just helps this video get pushed out to the people who really do need to see it. Okay, let's dive in. Secret number 1. What is Taurus's motivation around money? So bulls have a really interesting relationship to money. And when I say bull, I mean any combination of what I said earlier. They love, love, love luxury. And on the other hand, they need to feel pretty much more than anything is secure. They can end up being very tight with their money, even though they love spending their money on quality things. On the negative side, Tauruses can become highly paranoid around spending their money. And tell me if you know one of these people or if you are one of these people. I think I know about 3 people like that. Don't hate me, but they can become really, really paranoid. I'll talk about it. Tauruses make sure that they have the funds to pay for their splurges before they ever use their plastic. They have a logic, an innate logic around numbers and around money, a pretty rational, grounded, down to earth brain. So they enjoy balancing their budget and setting up investment accounts and savings accounts and numerous accounts. And since they were really, really young, they got big messages around how to save your money. And they're the ones that I say you need to call in the middle of the night when you need somebody to post bail for you. Not because they love you the most, not because they're awake, they're not, they're sound asleep. Let's hope they have their phone turned on, but because they actually are your friend or the person in your life that's most likely to have your bail bond. And they can actually cha-ching access it, right? They don't have to liquidate big accounts to go do it. They have the money to bail you out. Taurians build their lives around the concept of save for a rainy day. Did you watch my Aquarius and Pisces and Sagittarius money videos? Yeah, this is the antithesis of all those videos. But please, for fun, to learn about how the different energies and how different people are motivated around money, go watch those videos just for fun. Think about who you know and think about their money, and then go watch that money video. And it's so revealing, right? Like our relationship to money reveals our values. I hope that you love this series too, and it isn't so serious like my other videos. My rising sign series and my everything series is a lot more serious, but my in love series and this series have a little bit more play to it. I don't want it though to undermine the actual content and the sincerity, the authenticity, and the depth of the information that I want you to have. On this channel, I want you to be able to truly learn and grow. And I always say I'm a myth buster, so I like going below the stereotypes. Tauruses actually hate plastic. They do not like credit cards. They hate being in debt. They hate debt. They hate mortgages. They hate loans. They would prefer a simple cash only lifestyle, to be honest with you. One of the most beautiful qualities about Taurus is they know what they are worth. They know what they deserve. They know their value and they advocate for it. They're unlike Virgo in this sense. Did you guys see that video? Tauruses really have a pretty intact ego, and they have a sense of self and they have a sense of their value. They are really great at advocating for themselves and negotiating a fair and honest wage for themselves. You know, these are one of the signs that can unflinchingly ask for a promotion or a raise or a level up with their boss or with their manager or with their company. They are probably the hardest working person on the job. They also know that they are probably the most loyal person working on the job. And all the money in the world cannot find those two things very easily. What Taurus do you know? Put it in the notes below. And also tell me, have you ever worked with a Taurus? Have you seen their steadfast loyalty? It's crazy, right? Like they are so loyal to their work and to their jobs. It's amazing. Tell me who your favorite Taurus is. Tell me what your experience with Taurus is. Let everybody here in this Taurus community learn a little bit about Taurus characteristics and how they are viewed. And if you are a Taurus, how infidelity and people who are not loyal to you and a job or a company or a boss or a system or a structure that is not loyal to you, how you can just boom, cut them out and walk away, dig your heels in and never look back, right? They hate a lack of integrity and a lack of loyalty. They just hate it. Okay, also, I want to interject here really quickly because I am so excited to tell you that if you want a reading so you can understand your chart more deeply, and I hope so much you have your natal chart, please tell me you do. And if you don't, please go over to soulnavigation.com. I'll put the link in the notes below and click on my shop tab and go buy a glorious, gorgeous natal chart from me. I make it so beautiful, so easy to understand. But what I really want you to do, go get your chart so you can at least see where Taurus is in your chart. I'd love for you to meet my amazing team of readers. And I chose them personally. People applied from all around the world, and I had a very extensive interview process, and everybody who came on board to Team Soul Navigation has been tested for accuracy, and they are amazing. They are getting such amazing, great feedback. I can't wait to share all the testimonials with you guys, but they are so gifted and so wonderful, and I love each one of them. And if you want to learn more about your chart, just book a 30-minute reading with anybody from Team Soul Navigation. I'll put the link in the bio, and you can just click on the book now tab and it will take you to all of my readers. And by the way, if you don't know who to choose, just send me an email to soulnavigation1111@gmail.com and tell me what you're looking for and what you most want, and I'll help you pick out the very best reader for you. How do Tauruses earn their money? Well, I'll tell you, slow and steady. It's over time, bit by bit by bit, brick by brick, stone by stone, through loyalty. Tauruses are steadfast and they play the long game. Yeah, they do. That's why we love them. They are slow and methodical. They are not in a rush. They make us feel comfortable. They're steady. They're committed. They show up when they say they're going to. Tauruses love loyalty. They love building something from the ground up. They are the builders. They are the masons. They are the bricklayers, metaphorically. Long ago, probably truthfully, but now metaphorically, they are the architects. And they don't mind being behind the scenes as part of a project or a team, as long as there is security, growth potential, a decent raise every single year, great benefits, a parking spot available to them, right? Perks here and there, and even some really good tax write-offs. Then they're happy. They need the security inside a job. Success for Taurus is having a job and a partner that is dependable, is having a job that will be there for them in the morning and a partner that will be waiting for them at night. They want work that is steady and consistent. And they also want love like that too, but that's a different video. I hope you guys saw my Taurus and love video. They need somebody to come home to after a long, hard day's work. To be fired is to die in a Taurus's mind. They can't even really handle getting laid off. A Sag, a Pisces, a Gemini, an Aquarius might say, after getting laid off,
God, it was probably for the best. I'm not even sure I like that job.
Not Taurus. Like, such a thing like that can actually kill a Taurus. Believe me, I've seen it. I've seen my Taurus friend get laid off and it almost freaking killed him. His self-esteem, his self-worth, his value, his house, his children, his home, all of it just went spinning off the rails. He wasn't even in serious jeopardy in life, in truth. It just was so demoralizing for him. And it took him about a year to be able to cope with it because he put so much time, devotion, loyalty, grit, and tenacity and ferocity into his job. And then poof, one day, gonzo, he was in the tech industry. So, you know that industry. You wake up one day and, oh, we don't need you. This is the part that I really want you to get. Because if you're involved with a Taurus or if you are a Taurus, know this about you, okay? Success usually means time. It means time in the meter. So it's like, it's like a statement they would make is like, well, Bob, I've been in this industry for 28 years. Well, Jim, well, Sally, I know this industry better than anybody because I've been in this industry since 1973. I've outlasted all these kids trying to do it. Here's a great example. Cher the singer, Cher, the famous singer, is a Taurus. And on her farewell tour, I went to it. I saw her. Oh, it was amazing. It was her farewell tour here in Seattle. She said about all these young singers coming up, and she called J-Lo young at the time. I thought that was cute because J-Lo is like my age, like 1-2 years younger. She was like, all these young bitches coming up, Britney, Miley, J-Lo. She says, I have been a freaking diva for 40 freaking years. This is Cher talking. She actually said this. And she said, all you young bitches, if you want to know how it's done, I'll show you. Watch me, follow me, bitches. She said all that. I was like, right on. She got a standing ovation because she has been doing it for 40 years. And that's what I mean. Time equals success. And she said it so perfectly Taurus-like, didn't she? Yeah. It was hilarious. And you know what else? It's true. She was in a little tiny bikini and she was 70. I think she's even 72 or something crazy. And she was in a little tiny bikini and stilettos and a top hat and she had a whip in her hands. And she's like, I'll show you how it's done. I've been doing it for 40 years. I loved it. I'm like, wow, I've done nothing for 40 years. Nothing. The longest thing I've ever done is be a daughter. But this work for 22 years, I mean, it's pretty darn good. I've never done anything this long in my whole entire life, but that's because I love it. I love, love, love it. So now you get what I mean, time and how many years and days and hours of sweat equity you put into something. You get some sort of giant Taurus badass badge to just wear right there. You get to walk around with that badass badge. I'm a Taurus. I put time into it. It's some sort of badge. Taurus, can you just please affirm me and let me know what you think about this video? Leave your Taurus comment below. I want to know, what do you Tauruses think about this? And if you are involved with a Taurus, tell me what you think. Endurance is their gold. Endurance is their pride. And if they have endured, they have won. So they need jobs that encourage their endurance, promote longevity, promote loyalty, and security is the name of their game. So what others consider is drudgery, they kind of like. They're phenomenal in all business matters. And they usually have a really, really good eye for practical details. They are really talented at that. Okay, I remember this Taurus girlfriend of mine came over to my house and I told her that I was planning this gentleman's 50th birthday party. And this was a long time ago. And she started to ask me about all these little details like, well, if you're going to have 75 people over here in this small space of yours, where are you going to move this dining room table? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'll just move it over there. She goes, well, if you are catering it, where are you setting up the bar? Because you're going to need a bar area. And if you're having a full bar and wine and ice, where's that going to go? My house was a shoebox. Not really, but it was tiny. I mean, it was tiny. It was like 1,000 square feet on the bottom floor. And then I had it upstairs too, but this was tiny. And I was like, a bar? Ooh, I don't know. Where am I going to put that? She's like, well, if you're going to have a band, did you ask your neighbors if it's okay? Like, is there a sound moratorium or anything? Can you play music after 10? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, well, and what kind of cake are you buying? I said, well, I thought I'd make one. Make one. Meredith, aren't you having this party in 2 days, 3 days? How are you going to bake a cake? I'm like, okay. And then she's like, and where are people going to park? Do you have you don't have any parking. You got street parking. Did you tell everybody it's street parking? I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to throw this party? She's like, Meredith, do you need some help? I'm like, what's your birthday? She's like, I'm a Taurus. I'm like, I love you. Of course, food, cake, music, beauty, aesthetics, right? Taurus. Oh my God, everybody needs a Taurus. They're organized, they're persevering. I didn't even think of those things. If they say they'll help you, oh my God, they are the one friend that will actually show up and they will actually help you and they will actually carry boxes and they will actually help you pack and they will actually move the boxes and they will actually, they will drive, they will pitch the tent, they will do the heavy labor, they will get in the trenches and dig the ditch with you. They will. They're not afraid of getting their hands dirty. Like they are a true, real friend that way. They're not just an ideas person. Like, oh, well, what you should do is hire this out. No, they'll get in there, roll up their sleeves and actually do the work with you. Oh my God, they are so good at budgeting and they can master the mundane. And if they have a really creative placement with their Venus, so where is their Venus? Like if their Venus is in Leo, so if you're working with a Taurus or a Taurus rising, but if they have a really creative Venus in Taurus also, or if they have Venus in the 5th house, that's super massively creative. They're going to be able to do all that money, all that mundane, all that management and beauty and love and harmony and sweetness and creativity. And so they're going to be like creative masters and money budgeting masters. And they're just going to have creative business sense like you can't even imagine. That is such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous creative touch. It's like, ooh la la, they can do it all. They really can. It's a beautiful touch if they have a gorgeous Venus. And just Taurus and Venus is a gorgeous Venus. Just that alone is both things. It's both the mastery of beauty and the mastery of money. And they probably make their money through beauty. So they make great producers. They can produce anything. They love working with the earth. They love working with plants, forestry. They would love being a beach lifeguard or doing gardening or building homes or being an architect or a designer. They love working with fashion design. They are so good at jobs that require patience, like a daycare worker or a kindergarten teacher or a special ed teacher. Oh my gosh, this reminds me, one of my friends ran a daycare and all I had to do was drop off my kid there every morning, right? At like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I was late every morning, but she was a doll. So all the other kids were already there. She had 12 infants there, 12 kids under 2. She was amazing. I would walk in and that place was like a jungle. Oh, I pooped my pants. I vomited. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I want to be helped. Oh, I'm getting into the dishwasher. Oh, I want to ride the dog. I'm like, oh my God. Like most of them were close to 2, but I was just like, all I had to do was drop my precious child off there. She loved it, by the way. It was such a fun place. And my friend was amazing, but that's a perfect job for a Taurus. They're just so patient. They just rise above it. They don't even hear the noise. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. Oh, I couldn't do it. And I'm a good, decent person, people. And I love children. Love children. Like if you see me with children, they just melt in my arms, but I can't do 12 of them in a daycare. Taurus might not make their money like an Aries or a Sagittarius, but by the end of the day, their piggy bank is usually full. Like I said earlier, if you're a Taurus and you're poor, or you aren't living to your full capacity or your full potential, or you feel stuck, I bet you have a block, or your subconscious is stuck in a limited belief system for some reason. And this could come from your childhood. You could be stuck where my friend was when he lost his job and he just was in this severe panic around not having enough. I cannot recommend a reading strongly enough. I have 2 energy healers on my team. If this is you, send me an email to soulnavigation1111@gmail.com. I highly recommend that you get a reading with Kira or Stacy at Team Soul Navigation. They can undo all those blocks. They're energy healers. And they are out of this world. Go read their bios at soulnavigation.com. Click on the book tab. Go look for Stacy and Kira, and they will help you get unstuck. They are so profound and so amazing with healing. Secret number 3, what is hard about money for a Taurus? So since they're the jackpot sign, what's so hard about money in Taurus, right? What's the shadow part? Let's talk about it. Sometimes Taurus can be so focused on the economics of life, the money, and being frugal or being so tight with their money because they can become too cautious, conserving not only their energy, but their money. And that can become, not all people are like this, but that can become something like a hoarder, where they hoard, they hold on to, they can't even let go and spend. And they obsess, literally obsess about their money so badly that it actually creates worry and deeply ingrained anxiety. And then they lock into that vibration, that low vibe, and they can't get out of it. That's why I'm saying get an energy reeling to break all that open and step into the higher realm, the higher vibe. It can really, when they get into that paranoia and that obsession, it can really block their sense of freedom and creativity and even happiness. And when their creativity is blocked, their joy is blocked, their happiness is blocked, they get stuck and they get kind of mean and snarly. They'll snarl like rrr, and their entire life expression becomes sullied, snarly, soured, and blue, and they literally become depressed. And it is so sad to see a depressed bull. Like, it's sad. Their droopy little eyes. It's very sad. And then they just kind of hibernate like a bear. Okay, I have a secret. I have another secret Taurus story to tell you. And I'm going to change the names and the circumstances. But this is a true story. And I had a friend who always complained that they were poor. And I knew they weren't. I knew they weren't. They had a beautiful home, much, much, much more beautiful than mine. And they had an incredible job. And they ate at fancy dinners on occasion, not very often, but like for a birthday or something. They traveled all around the world to the most exotic places. They had one SUV Subaru type of a car. And then they had a secondary car that was like a foreign fancy car, foreign import fancy. I mean, think super fancy, not a Lamborghini, but in that arena, and brand new. Every single time she complained about having no money, and she complained all the time. I literally told her, like a good fire sign would you shut up? And all she did was complain. And I was like, you need to shut up right now. I really hope this is not the first time we met each other. I mean, I am a lot more dignified in a lot of my other videos, just not, it doesn't happen to be in this Taurus video. Anyways, she was away traveling and she asked me to go check on her mail because she had a particular bill that she was worried about that was going to be delinquent if she didn't pay it, and she didn't know how much to pay, and she needed me to go check. And she trusted me with her life, and I trusted her with my life, and I would never do anything bad to her, nor would she me. I was happy to help, so I went to the mailbox, pouring rain. I got all this mail. I lugged it back to her house and I put it on the dining room, whatever. And it made some paper slip off because there was a lot of stuff. There were packages and envelopes and all this stuff. She was traveling for a while. And so I went down to pick up the piece of paper that fell on the floor and I put it on the top of the stack of the pile. And I had to go through the pile to find this particular bill. And the very first thing, the thing that I picked up off the floor was the bank statement. And the blank bank statement said, and I just glanced at it, but the numbers just jumped out at me. I swear to God, those numbers attacked me. They were like, oh, they wanted me to see. It said that her checking account's balance had $90,000 in it. And her savings account had over $200,000 in it. What the heck? This is my friend who's complaining all the time that she's poor. I'm like, what? 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 What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? I don't get it. I don't get it. I didn't even want to see that. I can't even unsee it. I don't even want to know it to this day. I wish I didn't even know it now. And I'm talking about it to you. I never told her. She has no idea. Probably never going to watch this video. I'm just like dumbfounded. Trust me when I say, I wish I didn't see that. I wasn't looking for that. I didn't want to know that. Those numbers found my eyeballs. And those numbers won't leave my mind. And that was a very, very long time ago, like over a decade ago. Just to give you perspective, at that time, I think my checking account said $650 and I think my savings account said $50. And here's the other thing. I never even thought I was poor because I wasn't. I lived a beautiful life. I live a beautiful life. I never complained I was poor. They did. That's crazy. I never told her I saw it because I felt so guilty. I didn't snoop. I didn't pry. It literally like jumped into my lap. I can't believe it. And I learned a lot about Taurus at that time because some Tauruses, when they're in their shadow side, they can never feel secure enough, no matter how much they have. They literally cannot feel secure enough. They literally have no bottom to their glass. So what can go wrong? What can be so hard about being a Taurus? In the lucky duck money sign of Taurus, the jackpot money sign of Taurus, well, they can be so focused on their money and not having enough of it that they forget to live their whole entire freaking life. Yeah, They forget to see what really is there and what is really important and how much they really do have and how rich they really are in all the different ways. They have a hard time getting out of a rut and living spontaneously because they need their security, and they are so loyal to security so badly. They miss out on life itself sometimes. So if you are a Taurus, I really recommend, no, don't do that. No. I have so many different reports and charts. And if you want to know what is happening for you this year, you should get my big birthday package. It is so fun. It is my best bundle. You're going to get your solar return report. That's like 60 pages long. Plus, you're going to get an entire yearly forecast where every single day I tell you what's going to happen in your life. And it is so long. It's going to take a long time to print. So you get them emailed to you. You also get your natal chart, and so you get that gorgeous natal chart and you get your natal report. I mean, it is so scrumptious. You want this. It's called the Big Birthday Package. You can click my shop tab and go grab it, have fun, indulge in you, read all about it. If you want to learn all about your sign and all about astrology, stick to this channel. I can't wait to finish up this series with you. It has been so much fun. From my home in super duper sunny Seattle to yours wherever you are in the world. Tell me where you are watching this from. Portugal, Africa, Finland, Russia. Where are you, my friend? I want to know. Italy, buongiorno. We'll see you next time. Bye, you guys. Take good care.